This is the PD3220U from BenQ. It's a designer professional monitor, which is 31.5 inches, is 4K Ultra HD, and is designed for the professional in mind. But is it any good? Well, let's take a closer look. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. Now, before we go into too much detail, some of the highlights include 2 Thunderbolt 3 connectivity ports. That enables you to daisy chain this to another monitor to one computer. And you've got a KVM switch, which allows you to connect 2 different systems using the one screen. And you can switch between those using the HotKey Puck. Now, there's also specialized designer modes, and there are a host of those, and I'll run through those in just a bit too. Now, as well as the display, you do need to have a good quality stand, and you're going to be really pleased because this one is one of the best we've seen on a monitor. It has that firm metal base and then this metal arm which literally just sits on top. It's very, very simple to put together, slot it on top, and then from underneath you can just screw up the screw to tighten it. It feels very firm and rigid. And as you can see, there's that square template there which the display literally just hooks onto and then clicks into place. It could not be simpler. And if you want to remove the display, there's a button to press in and again just pull the display out and it comes off like a breeze. Very, very simple operation indeed. When that display is attached to the stand, there's a real confidence in the grip that it gives. This thing is not going to move, it's very, very stable on any desk. I also really like the one-handed operation. It's very simple to do and you can make most movements with this. There's a 20-degree tilt forwards and backwards. There is also 150 millimeters of movement up and down, which I found to be plenty. The one area which I would have liked to have seen more would be the swivel. Having just 30 degrees either side, in my opinion, is a little bit light. Around 90 degrees would have been better. The stand also allows a pivot of 90 degrees to give you that vertical setup, which if that's something that you need, you can do that without undoing any screws or anything. Now, I like this in landscape mode with my MacBook Pro underneath. That single Thunderbolt 3 connection, I think, is the best thing that's happened in displays for a number of years. It's very, very convenient. Just one cable to charge and give you the display. And underneath this monitor, I believe it looks brilliant. Now, the panel itself looks great. It's not the thinnest of bezels and it's certainly not the thinnest of displays. Certainly it's a little bit thicker because it has that power unit built into the back of it, which means that you only have to have that single cable plugged in and you don't have to have that big external power brick. This monitor has some of the best connectivity that we've seen for a monitor in its class, with 2 HDMI 2.0s, a DisplayPort 1.4, there's 3 USB 3.1 downstream ports and 1 USB 3.1 up. There's also a USB-C Type-C downstream just for data, and also 2 USB-C Thunderbolt ports, one giving power delivery of 85 watts and the other one giving power delivery of 15 watts. On the side there is also a headphone port, 3.5mm, so that you can easily connect your headphones. And finally, on the back to the bottom rear is the power switch and also the joystick toggle, as well as 2 programmable buttons. Now, this is the HotKey Puck, which is a really clever device. It allows you to switch between different functions as well as switching between different systems. It has the dial key, the rotation key, the return key, and 3 single programmable functions. This effectively allows you to customize shortcuts for your preferred features. Now, the 3 single function keys as well as that rotation key will let users designate which features that they require the most to work, and then you can program them as you choose. You can also do things like adjust the brightness, the contrast, the volume, all of those things through the HotKey Puck. It really is very smart and very clever. Setting up and plugging in your cables is really simple. You can literally rotate the monitor and then plug them in and rotate it back. One little criticism I had is the cable management. It's just a little bit pathetic. It's just that one little clip at the back. And if you have got a lot of things connected, well then those cables will definitely be on view. So there we go, we're plugged in and we're all set up, and it's brilliant. It looks great on the desk, it's super sharp, the incredible detail is just fantastic. Now I've come from the 34-inch ultra wide, and getting used to that flat screen took me a little bit of time, but it wasn't too bad at all. There's an incredible menu system which is so comprehensive, it's one of the best I've ever seen on any monitor. You can literally go in and change almost any setting, and having that hotkey puck to navigate between that makes it super simple to do as well. Now, as we mentioned, this is a professional grade monitor, and so therefore there are multiple picture modes. There's 13 or 14 different modes that you can select, and hopefully there'll be one that's completely right for your usage. If there isn't, there's a very good user mode, and you can literally go in there and make it exactly what you want. But with everything that's preset in, and remember this monitor is pre-calibrated before it arrives to you, hopefully you'll be able to use it straight out of the box without too much fussing around. Now, I'm going to be using this mainly for Final Cut Pro and probably things like Lightroom and Photoshop, and so therefore hopefully I'll have every mode that I need already preset. At the time of doing this review, this retails for around £1,200 in the UK, around $1,200 in the US also. There may be some offers. I've got some links in the description so that you can check out the very latest price. If you are looking for alternatives, then two great monitors, both 32 inches or 31.5 inches, would be the Dell UltraSharp U3219Q. That is under $1,000, but it doesn't have the Thunderbolt 3. If Thunderbolt 3 is important to you, then why not take a look at the LG Ultrafine Display 32UL 950. That also is a great display. This display sat on its stand also doesn't take up a ridiculous amount of space on your desk. I've got it a little bit further away from the wall because I've got one of those rising desks, but even then it's still just 10 inches, and that faceplate or the bottom plate that it sits on is actually only 9 inches in depth, so therefore it doesn't take up much of your desk at all. Now, it is hard to find negatives, but I would say that the sound quality of the speakers inside could be better, should be better probably for a monitor of this size, and also the response time. If you're looking at this for be a gaming monitor as well, then it's probably not going to be for you. But guys, if you're looking for something that is ultra fine in detail, crisp and sharp like I've never seen on any other monitor, then this could be for you. The color accuracy is insanely good, and those colors do just literally jump off of the screen. I absolutely love this thing. So my friends, let me know what you think in the comments box. Thanks as always for watching this video, and I really do look forward to seeing you on the next one.